Hi, everybody. John Henderson Pierre. Back again, another rehash. Of course, a revisit or maybe a look back on the beer I did before. And today we're looking at Natural Light. Started in 1977. This was at one time a premium light beer by Anheuser-Busch InBev. Of course, this was their response to Gelman's Light, aka LITE Light by Miller. Um, Came out in 75, I believe it was, before it went coast to coast, I think 78. So, but this was their first light beer. Of course, the 70s with all the fitness craze, everybody trying to get in shape and look good and look healthy. So, uh, 4.2% ABV. Again, heavily trashed by everybody, but it is the fifth or sixth best-selling beer in the United States of America. Um, no matter where you go, any supermarket, grocery store, you're going to see Natty Light. It is readily available everywhere. Again, this was the preeminent beer, the premium light beer. Now it's gone down to viewed as a substandard economic budget beer. People trash it, the hick beer, or the, redneck beer, whatever. That's how it's viewed. That's how people look at it. But that's not how I look at it. I look at it as a good beer, a good light beer. Very little head up top, as you can see. Not much. Substandard, really. Scent of corn, scent of some vegetables that's in this. Nothing really smells like your standard light beer. Of course, you had that beer. We mentioned Light, Lite, came out 75. Um, you got Schlitz Light at that time, Genesee Light in 78. Also, 78 for Genesee Light came out after Natural Light. And then, of course, you had Budweiser Light. Now, Bud Light came out in 1982, and that really kind of has now taken over Bud Light Nation that we live in now. It is probably the world's most popular beer, not just in the States, but in the world. And I can't stand Bud Light. Not because of the price, and also my significant other likes Bud Light. That's the only beer she'll drink, I'll throw in maybe Coors Light. She'll be like, what's this? I don't drink that stuff. Now and again, when I bring a tall boy of this, she'll have some of this. So, nothing really interesting about this. I mean, very enjoy. It's plain Jane light beer. There's a flavor. You get some hint of some of the veg in this beer. There's some barley malts in this. I mean, it's present in this beer. So, I mean, water, barley malt, cereal, grains, hops, yeast. Basically that's the ingredients of this beer. So, 4.2%. And of course, as I mentioned, the light beer craze has started in the 70s. People wanted to love beer, but wanted something that was going to be refreshing, but not overly going to put much on their bodies. People were looking at their bodies as temples. Now, all the beers, the light beers have come out. I mentioned the names I just mentioned earlier. Then you had Busch Light came out in 1989, Keystone Light in 89. You also have Keystone Light, Busch Light, and of course Old Milwaukee Light came out back also in the mid '80s as well. Milwaukee's Best Light came out in '86 to complement Milwaukee's Best, which came out in Milwaukee's Best Premium Lager or Premier Lager, premium beer. Came out back in 18 something year, whatever that was, 1865, I believe it was. So now, Miller High Life Light came out also in 1985, I think. So everyone is all in the light beer craze again. I enjoy them. I have no issue with them, but I just think that there are other beers out there. Natural Light. I have nothing against it, but very rarely I'll get this now and then. This was a special on it today. I think it was $8.33 a 15 pack. Now it used to be 12 pack. Now they're doing 15 packs of this beer as well as Natty Ice. Bought this and I said, all right, why not? $8.33. Damn phone. Again, this is a refreshing beer. If you're looking for something that's easy drinking, smooth, you're not going to be knocking back. But now, this would be it. But now, of course, the big beer now that everyone is drinking, Michelob Ultra, that's at 4.2%. Same age. You start at 4%. Now it went up to 4.2. And you got the Michelob Ultra Amber, the Lime Cactus. But the Ultra is probably the most popular now of all the light beers. I mean, I turn around, even just recent parade we had here, the Trinity Gardens Parade back in February. That was what everybody was drinking. I was kind of surprised. It was Bud Light or maybe Natty Light or whatever, Miller Light, Coors Light. Yeah, as I mentioned, Coors Light also came out in '78 as well. Forgot about mentioning them. If I did, probably mention them earlier. But anyway, a good, decent light beer. Nothing really interesting. I mean, I don't get this a lot, but again, you look at the sales by Anheuser-Busch InBev. It is the number 6 best-selling beer. They're not getting rid of this. As long as it brings in money for them, this is what it is. So, decent beer. I had some Chinese earlier with this and some shrimp lo mein, and it went well with it. It was so nice and cold. So, yeah. So, despite the rating and despite the views of it and how people trash it, is what it is. It's a good, refreshing, easy drinking light beer. Perfect for any food you're going to eat. Wings, burgers, hot fries, chili. It just does the trick. And again, if you're a college student, you want to bang some brews in your dorm with your friends, it's what it is. So for the style, again, I like other beers like Milwaukee's Best Light, Miller High Life. I think they're better. This is good, but not. So that is my score. I'm going to give this beer a B-. I think that's fair for this light beer. So anyway, Jean Henderson Pierre, the Natural Light review. Okay, keep on watching as always. Cheers. Natty Light. Yay. That's my carrying down.